Yeah, it was a wild one for sure. Wild one for sure. Hopefully, Drew and his group were able to get some stuff out of that. That game, that's what you hope this time of year. His teams play with great competitive spirit and fight, and presented a lot of challenges for us as they did last year in the scrimmage. So, I don't know that you can. What I feel about scrimmages and exhibitions this time of year is I think you can take a lot from the play. I don't know if you can take much from the score and the result. I just don't think the score and the result is, in my experience, 15 years of being a head coach, it doesn't really, mean a whole lot. But you can take some really good stuff from the play individually and collectively, different guys. A guy like RJ did some really good things tonight, both defensively and offensively. That's what you can take from scrimmages. But the result, that could have went obviously either way. And there's a lot of things we have to get better at. But, again, credit to Loyola and Drew. I think his group always presents a lot of physical challenges. So they've got a good group. They've got a good team, so we wish them well. And we'll get ready for the next exhibition against Notre Dame, and our guys need to get some rest. I did not want to play some of these guys as much as I played them tonight. I really didn't. But we were low on bodies, so we had to.
Coach, at one point in overtime, I doubt you looked up at the video board, but at one point there were 7 players with 4 fouls on the court at the same time. Just what does a game that physical teach you about your team, especially down the stretch?
Well, there are going to be games called that close in non-conference play. It will loosen up as you get into the year. You guys know that. So if a game's being called that way, you've got to be able to play a certain way offensively and defensively to give yourself an advantage. If you don't, you're going to lose multiple possessions. I thought we had a couple possessions there where we could have drove it and we didn't. And I think they might have fouled us, and we didn't play particularly smart. So we've got to clean that up because there will be non-conference games where it's 1 that physical and 2 they're calling it that close.
What about the team's play kind of changed late in that second half, but also in that overtime?
Well, I thought, one, it was a great atmosphere. Credit to our fans. Big credit to our students. Boy, they were phenomenal. It was a packed student crowd, man. And I thought our fans were great. Loyola's fans, I think we're going there next year, so I'm sure that'll be a great environment there. I'd credit, so the energy in the building was really good. And, our guys played with poise down the stretch. That was the most important thing. We do have one of our floor values that we talk about a lot, and they did a good job of not flinching and playing with poise. And that's hard. It's hard for young people. It's hard for old people. So it's really hard. So you just got to stay in the moment, stay focused on the next possession. But they did that. They did a really good job of that.
Hey, Coach, what areas do you feel like this team has to improve on before you take on Notre Dame and then before the?
How long do you have?
I have
these. Dwayne's got a 6 a.m. flight.
Okay, well.
Okay, so this is going to take a while.
Give me what is kind of the biggest takeaway that you take from this?
Got to guard the ball better, way better. We have to guard the ball way better than what we do. We have to be more disciplined on the ball. We have to be more connected in our ball screen coverage. We have to guard a guy that's crafty like Moore. It's Moore, right? A guy that's that crafty. Number 1, we've got to guard the ball better. We've got to move the ball better offensively than what we did, way better at times. We've got to be able to I thought the opening of the second half was awful for us, awful. I didn't think our guys played smart. I didn't think they played with much life. I thought that group of 5 right there didn't provide much fight to start the second half. It was awful. And I'm to blame, and all 5 of those guys that were out there to blame. It was bad. It was bad opening 3 or 4 minutes. Give Loyola credit, but it was bad opening 3 or 4 minutes. So, we got to be better in transition defense, better than what we were at times. I thought we were slow and disconnected at times. I think the beauty of this is you get to see, different lineups and different guys that are playing together for the first time. But there's a lot we need to take from this game. We need to foul clearly less. We were too much holding and grabbing. So I'm going to stop there for now.
That's good. But on a lighter note, Brandon, high energy guy, plays with, his heart on his sleeve. What has it been like for you coaching him over the past few months?
Well, he's just that way all the time. He's that way every day. Tremendous energy, great spirit. His spirit is phenomenal. And he's a good player too. But his spirit is a beautiful thing to coach when you have a player like that. He is all about the team, even though he's just been here. He was a JUCO player, then went to Radford. And if you hear his coaches talk about him, man, are they talk about him like they talk about a son. He's a really impressive kid.
Chris, when you take a look at Ilya's first game in college basketball, not a minus 17 and plus minus, how do you kind of evaluate it with not overthinking the box score too much, but also trying to give him confidence going into the next one?
Yeah, I think he's got to simplify things a little bit offensively. I thought he is going to have to be a guy that hunts open shots, and I thought he chased a couple difficult ones. And he's a good defender, but he's got to continue to grow in that area. Listen, this kid's first time playing in this environment. He'll get better as the year goes on. He's our best shooter. He's the best shooter on the team. And he just didn't have much of a chance to show that tonight, but he's a really good shooter. So he's got a lot to take from this. I think for a situation like he's a mature kid. He'll take a lot and learn from it. And he's going to help us this year.
Coach, down the stretch, Layden's defense really provided a spark for you guys. What did you think down the stretch of the growth he's made from last season?
Well, I thought the thing he did terrific was down the stretch was attack the rim. His finish and one was phenomenal on Ruben. That was a terrific play by Layden. I did not think he guarded the ball very well for the whole game. And he's got to get better at that, and we've got to get him better with that. But boy, the way he led the last 4 minutes was phenomenal. And I just, we're challenging him to be better defensively. I think he can be better, and we need to help him with that, and he will.
Chris, with a guy like RJ coming off the bench, 18 points, had him take the ball up a couple times in that lead guard role. What have you seen from him in practice and then in this game?
Well, he is, he played point guard at Colorado. He'll play point for us, and he'll allow us to move RJ off the ball. And when Cruz gets back, he'll play on the ball and off the ball some. So you have multiple guys that can play that position and need to play that position. So he's comfortable in that role. They do a good job heating the ball up and pressuring the ball, but I thought he made good decisions and obviously made shots and played with confidence.
And then quickly with Teo, only played 5 minutes, but it was an impactful 5 minutes. What have you seen from him compared to where he started last year? I understand coming over from France, but where has he grown the most?
Oh, I think he just has a better feel for what we expect of him. He's shooting it much better. He's got a really high IQ as a player, and he's got to stay ready. There could be games where he plays this, and there could be games where he plays 15, 20 minutes. So he's got to keep getting better. He really has improved.
Anything else for Coach?
Okay, thanks, guys. Have a good one. All right.
RJ, I'll just start with you. First game as a DePaul Blue Demon, 18 points. Just kind of walk us through what went through your head just in that game.
It was a competitive game all game long. I just wanted to do what I can for my team to win, and we ended up getting the dub. But going through my head, just playing the right way, staying disciplined. And staying connected together. We didn't flinch at the end of the games. We kept playing hard, and we got the result we wanted. So it's just us. We stuck together, so it was good.
For either of you, what does a game like this kind of do for you guys as a team? Obviously just an exhibition game, but what does it do for you guys as a team moving forward with the regular season 2 weeks away?
That game was big for us as a team. A lot of teams don't win that game. A lot of teams probably quit. And we just stayed to fight. We stayed the course. We didn't flinch at all. And I think the team, the players, and the coaches are happy with the result. Yeah.
Coach, CJ fouls out with Kaleb. It's a long night. Kaleb, CJ Gunn fouls out with about 11 minutes to go in the second half, and then I noticed that you kind of started coming alive after that point. Just what was it about that kind of motivated you throughout the second half?
Yeah, when CJ went out, I knew somebody had to step up. It was next man up. He had a great first half, great start to the game. He was in a great rhythm, so it was depending on him a lot the first half. So once I saw him foul out, I knew in my head I had to be the next man up, and things went well.
Just what worked well for you guys in that second half?
In the second half,
it's really just staying poised, playing with space, slowing down, taking one possession at a time. They had a lead on us at 9, but we didn't. Like you said, we keep saying we're not flinching, but we played with the edge. We kept coming back, being gritty, and we got those stops that led us to obviously take the lead and stay in the game. So it's us staying hungry and trying to grind out the win, which we did. So I think that helps our team overall.
Like he said, not at one point in the game we thought we was gonna lose. So we just always kept our head up. Coach is big on us about responding, and I think we responded well tonight.
What was kind of your first both impressions of the Wintrust crowd here tonight, even in an exhibition game?
The crowd was great. Very into the crowd. It was a lot of fans both ways. I'm glad we got to win the same city rivalry, if that's the case. But it was a great crowd. It was a lot of energy, and I'm glad we got to win for the crowd. Hopefully everybody can come back and we can all enjoy more wins together.
Yeah, exactly. When the season starts, we need everybody to come back. It's good to see the student section out there, even though it's an exhibition. So, yeah.
Guys, Layden Blocker had 4 steals in that game. Just in the second half, what did his energy mean for you guys as a team as you were trying to make that comeback?
Yeah, Layden's our energizer. We go how he goes. So when he's aggressive and getting those steals, that really picks us up and get us that defensive intensity that we need. So, yeah, he just motivates us to just keep playing hard and play for him. Yeah.
Yeah, those 4 steals was great. That picked us up too. So yeah,
it's huge. It's huge. It's a game changer. It's just turnovers.
Yeah, and then also Brandon, even outside of just scoring points, he impacted the game in a lot of ways too. Just what has his leadership and energy meant for you guys as you're kind of trying to come together as a team?
B-Mac has a great voice. He's vocal, so he brings us together. It's just something about him that he has. We listen to him, so and that helps us connect. So we hear his voice and we listen, and he's usually right. So we just try to just execute.
Yeah, so I got a lot of respect for B-Mac. You just gotta. His energy is like almost impossible not to match. So he comes in with that energy and it just picks you up, uplifts the whole team.
RJ, what was Holtmann's message post game in the locker room after a game like that?
It's really just response. We got to pick up a few things as we go into next week and season starts. But it's just the way we responded and fought, and our discipline coming down the stretch was great, and he's very happy and pleased with us.
Yeah.
Anything else for the players? All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.